5 questions for Bellissimo. What do you wish more than anything in life?
I suppose, deep down, what I crave the most is for a grand adventure where all the puzzles fit perfectly, the prophecies come true without too many mishaps, and everyone gets there happily ever after. But if I'm being truly honest, I dream of a quest that lets me shine in my own right. Whether it's saving the kingdom, vanquishing an evil or mildly annoying foe, or helping a friend find their own path. And of course, plenty of time for taco breaks. You know, for keeping my energy levels on these long journeys.
So, you're in the bean business. What's the best kind of bean?
You've hit on a special topic in my world, given that beans are practically the currency of the realm. As for the best kind, well, that's a tough one. But I'd say it depends on what you need them for. If you're looking for something magical, Luna beans are quite impressive. They only grow under moonlight, and while they taste dreadful, they make excellent board game pieces and are often used to predict the future if you know how to read their shapes. But for everyday use, I'd recommend sweet beans. Those little red beans are perfect for everything from stews to celebrations. They even have a delightful sweetness to them that complements many dishes. And of course, there's no shortage of refried beans around here, especially on Taco Tuesday.
What essentials do you bring with you on a quest?
Trust me, I've learned the hard way, mostly through ridiculous misadventures, that packing wisely can make or break your journey. Here's my personal checklist for any respectable quest. 1. A good cloak. Weather in the realm can be unpredictable, and a good cloak works for warmth, camouflage, and, on occasion, as a makeshift blanket for nap emergencies. 2. Hot sauce. I never leave home without it. You'd be surprised how often spicy condiments come in handy, whether it's making food bearable or, in one case, revealing hidden ancient texts. Long story. 3. Tortilla chips. Because what good is hot sauce without something to dip in it? Plus, they're light and portable snacks when you're on the move. 4. A sturdy bag. You need something to hold treasure, maps, or magical beans. A good bag with hidden pockets is a lifesaver. 5. Anti-nausea elixir. This is a must if you're traveling with someone like Sir Roderick, who has a knack for getting into situations that turn your stomach. Quite literally.
Describe your happily ever after scenario.
I've had plenty of time to daydream about it between avoiding giants and dealing with overly heroic knights. Here's how I imagine it. First off, it wouldn't be your typical riding off into the sunset scene. My perfect ending would have a mix of adventure, laughter, and the freedom to be myself. I see myself living in a cozy cottage at the edge of the village, surrounded by fields of beautiful flowers, and maybe a few magical beans growing in the garden, but only the non-dangerous kind. There would be no damsel in distress scenarios. I'd be running my own life, thank you very much. There'd be laughter and music, and maybe, just maybe, a little romance with a knight who isn't completely oblivious. Someone who can rescue me from boredom, but knows I can handle the real rescues on my own. And the cherry on top? A big feast with all my friends, celebrating the end of the quest, with songs, stories, and way too many desserts.
What's the most distressing situation you've ever gotten yourself out of?
I've had a few close calls, but there's one that really takes the cake, or perhaps more accurately, the taco. It all started when I was desperately trying to get Sir Roderick's attention. He was off to rescue some helpless damsel, naturally. So I decided to get myself into distress. A little fake damsel in distress act. The plan? I threw myself into a glorified puddle. It barely qualified as a river, honestly. Flailed about and yelled for help, hoping Sir Roderick would whisk me away on his white steed. Sounds easy, right? Well, to my immense embarrassment, not only did my dramatic rescue plan fail, Roderick said, "You're the best swimmer in all the village, Belle. You're not in distress." but the puddle was full of mud. So instead of looking like a poor, delicate damsel, I ended up looking like a drenched rat, covered from head to toe in mud. Mortifying. But that wasn't the real problem. No. Things escalated quickly when actual distress came in the form of a sudden mudslide triggered by my flailing. The ground shifted under me, and I found myself sliding down the hill, barreling toward the village at breakneck speed, unable to stop. What did I do? Well, this is where my quick thinking kicked in. I grabbed onto a low-hanging branch, swung myself up, and managed to hop from branch to branch until I was safely in a tree, muddy, but alive. Meanwhile, Roderick finally noticed me, but by then I had already saved myself. He just galloped by, oblivious as ever. Typical. So, the moral of the story? Sometimes in a world where knights are too busy with their own hair, a girl has to rescue herself. But hey, I still count it as a win, and I got a great story out of it, even if it involved way too much mud.